Hey, all right, you guys. Thank you, thank you again for visiting my channel. It's Lafayette Harris just to you know, check back in with you guys. As I said that I was going to do. I am going to continue to pump out these videos and to do what I said I was going to do. Consistency. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about consistency. When I was locked up, when I was down, when I was gone, I had to develop a system and stick to that system. That grind, had to stick to that grind. You know what I mean? I had a goal in mind. My goal in mind, was to get home as soon as possible. As soon as possible. I needed out of that place. So like I told you guys in my previous videos, when it came down to getting out of there, I went to college, I went to school, I went to these self help groups. You know what I mean? I facilitated these self help groups, and I actually and I read, but what just popped into my mind was, of course you read, but what popped into my mind um, was a self help group that's actually really really cool, man. It's called Re-Evolution. It's called Re-Evolution. I'm going to do my due diligence, and I'm gonna put the link in the description also too. So for any of you guys who are interested in it, and maybe you may have a family member who is currently incarcerated right now, and you can, excuse me, and you may be able to ask them if that's offered at their facility wherever they're at. But it's called Re-Evolution. When I told you guys about a brother in there who was a facilitator, I didn't facilitate that class. I wasn't a facilitator of that class. There was the other ones that I was a facilitator of, but there was a brother in there whose name is Claudel, and he had he got his sentence commuted. He was a facilitator in there. Barbara, she is an actual lawyer. She's never done any time. She didn't, she was never booked, but she was a criminal defense lawyer. I think she still practiced law as well. And there was Byron, and Byron, his sentence was commuted also too. He was a lifer, but it's a really awesome program, you guys. It's a really awesome program. But really quick too, I like just to share with you guys this quote that's really really cool from Mr. Stephen Covey. Now, for you guys that don't know who Stephen Covey is the author of The Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. Um, and it's a really good, interesting book. I liked it very, very much. There was a lot of good stuff in there. Real valuable, some really good gems, that you guys can take and to utilize them however way you see fit. But this is a quote that I really appreciate it, and I think a lot of you guys would appreciate it also too. So, boom, let me give it to you right now. The key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. By Stephen Covey. We all know that he is the author of the Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. For y'all who don't know, he is the author of that. It's a pretty good book if you want to check it out. They have a master one also too, because I believe it was written back in 1980 something, 89, basically when I was born. But or when I was born, that's when I was born in 89. But I just wanted to share that with you guys because it makes perfect sense. It really makes perfect sense. We need to schedule our priorities instead of doing it the other way. We have to make sure that these priorities are make it there is no it's non-negotiable. We have to make it a non-negotiable thing. You know what I mean? Straight across the board. So that's just something that I wanted to share with you guys, man. Do with that as you may. I think it's an awesome quote. There's some other ones also too. You can check out on your own. But Stephen Covey, the key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. You seen yesterday that I was scheduled my priorities when I told you guys in my last video about all the things that I was doing in this same location at the library in the day. And then I had to go from the library because my time ran up. But I mean, I made sure that it was done. You know what I mean? So, like I said, guys, do with this as you may. I think it's an awesome, incredible quote. Peace. Okay. So, like I said, that is an awesome quote, a very, very awesome quote. And I mean, and it makes perfect sense. It makes so much sense. It makes so much sense. And I read that quote, while down, and and it just juiced me up. It was like, man, like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I need to do this. I need to do this. And so I do. It's something that I continue to do. And I think you guys would benefit from this as well. Because what has it led to? What has it led to? And it's led to me being able to get to this program, this reentry program. You know what I mean? Where it's man, it has its things. It has its times, it has its restrictions, but they're nothing compared to the restrictions that was, I'm still at these prisons. You know what I mean? So I'm able to come here. I'm able to do this. I'm able to talk about this. I'm able to go to the library. I'm able to go and do my program and go to the automotive program class that I've been talking to you guys about. I'm able to still continue with my college studies. I got a couple of online classes that I'm doing. I told you guys about that as well. But I'm able to do so. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm really taking, this not like as it's like I'm owed this or something like that. Man, I'm really grinding, I'm really utilizing, I'm really putting this all into work. You know what I mean? Really making all of this stuff work. And this quote, it just makes perfect sense. It makes the most sense, you guys. So I like for you guys to take that. And you can check Stephen Covey out some more. You can check out that book, Seven Habits of Highly Effective People, as well, if you like. And if you want to leave a comment on there, if you've already read it. If not, and you would like to, you can come back and leave a comment. Man, the more the merrier, man. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I'm always saying that, man. Let's talk about it. But just that was just one of the many books that I read in there that was pretty exciting, man, pretty motivated. So motivating. So I would like to just use that to motivate you as well, motivate you guys as well. So just we have to keep that in mind. When we keep that in mind and we keep our grinding, we're just going and we're going, we're making sure, you know what I'm saying, we're not slipping, because if you're going too much, you may slip. So you want to make sure that you're still keeping yourself leveled and keeping yourself balanced, because life is about balance as well. You know what I mean? So, and in prison, you have to find some type of balance, because it's a breeding ground, and it's very fertile of like, just it's versatile. It is versatile. It could be cool, it could be bad. It could be cool, it could be bad. So you got to make sure that you stay balanced. You know what I mean? And it could be a little rough at times trying to find some balance, whether you're in prison or finding balance at home with your regular everyday living. So we got to find that balance, and we have to make sure that we take key quotes, you know, that make sense to you, that makes sense to you and that you believe in. If you don't believe in this, if you don't believe in it, or it doesn't, you know, it doesn't resonate with you or whatever, then that's fine also too. You know what I mean? But whatever it is that you got going on, man, you have to make it work for you. You got to make it work for you. And just because you're not getting an instant result doesn't mean that it's not still growing or broiling in the pot. You know what I'm saying? Water still needs to get hot. You can't just put the water on the stove and like, man, I put the water in the stove, yeah, I should be already ready to cook something. It still takes a little bit of time. You know what I mean? So just continue doing that, you guys. You can't let up. You can't just drop 2 videos, 3 videos or something like that and like, man, this ain't it or whatever. It's about consistency. You know what I mean? It's about consistency. And you just do you. You just do you. You guys, you just continue to do you. like me, like myself, I continue to do me in prison. You know what I'm saying? Separated myself from stuff that wasn't going to get me home. If it wasn't getting me home soon, I wasn't a part of it. You know what I'm saying? And when people see that driving you and that, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a respect kind of thing. You know what I mean? It was like, all right, man, I ain't even people know not to even come at you with any kind of nonsense. You know what I'm saying? If it's not aligned with what you're doing, you know what I'm saying, then it ain't even worth your time. It isn't even worth your time. So you have to set goals. You know what I mean? We're setting these goals, and we got to stay focused on them, on those goals. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep at it, guys. You have to keep at it because the results, it's going to show. One of my quotes, I don't know if I told y'all this before, but it get greater later, because it do. It gets greater later. It will. It definitely will. And when you're making sure that you're aligned, you're keeping things in line with yourself, man, and your belief, it will get greater later for you. It will get greater later for you guys. Straight talk, guys. It's straight talk. It will get greater for you. You know what I mean? And when you have the Lord in your life as well, and you know the truth, and you know the scriptures, and you stick into it, and you're really making it happen. He's going to make it happen for you as well. No worries, guys. Trust and believe it. No worries. So get up on here and just be you, do you. Share your insights, guys. Share your thoughts. Tell us what you do for work. Tell us what YouTube is doing for you. Tell if this is some type of, therapy for you. You know what I mean? Like, what is it? You know what I'm saying? We want to hear it. We definitely want to hear it. When I'm sitting in prison and I'm just collecting these things that I'm collecting, and even before prison also too. I ain't told you guys, I went to Alaska. I used to work in Alaska too. I went out there twice. I went to Alaska twice. I worked on the boat in the Bering Sea for United States Seafoods on the boat like this. Oh, twice. I just listen. I'm pretty sure people are gonna be like, "What? Yeah, that stuff you used to see on what's it, Wildest Catch or Deadliest Catch?" Yes, yes, I did that. I did. I did do that. You know. So I'm saying that just because I'm like, I just have just experience. I'm just saying I just look like this, y'all. But I've been through some things. I've seen some stuff. But that didn't stop. You know what I mean? That in that situation, in that circumstances, in that scary time, like we still had a job to do. I still had a goal. My goal was to get home as well. While I was there, I need to get home, so making sure that I'm safe and everything is cool. You know what I mean? But I need to make sure that I get home. But I also needed to make this money and take care of my family. So we have to do, like the quote says. You know what I'm saying? We have to schedule our priorities as well. What is priority? Priority needs to be scheduled. It's non-negotiable, guys. It's non-negotiable. So what is your priority? Schedule it, do it, set a goal, get it done. You know what I mean? It's going to happen. It will happen, but you also have to put in the work as well. Can't just lay up and think, oh, it's just gonna come to me. You have to be a dog out there too. Got to get in there and get it done, guys. We have to get in there and get it done. And this YouTube easy mode, this YouTube monetization, all of these things are going to happen to you too when you just put in that work. You have to put in that work, and like I said, also too, there's other things that you have to do. Make sure that it's getting uploaded right. It's steps. It's also steps. There's things that you still need to put in place, but the main thing, it starts with you. The main thing, it is you, my friend. You have to do it. You got to do this, and the results will show. The results will show, man. I'm doing this as well. You're gonna see my results too. You're gonna see my growth. For all of you guys, number one, day one subscribers as well. I don't have a whole lot of subscribers. You know what I mean? That's, I'm not gonna lie and say like, oh, that doesn't matter. No, that does also matter too. But the main thing also too is that you're getting this message. You're getting the motivation also too. You know what I mean? The motivation. I mean, the message is uplifting. Is to help. You know what I'm saying? That's the main message. You know what I mean? And if it gets subscribed and you subscribe to it and it keeps going and it keeps going, yes, absolutely. Then the monetization and things, all of that stuff is going to come. Everything is going to come, but it starts with you and your consistency. Are you consistent with this help that you're trying to do, or whatever it is that you're doing? Whatever it is that you're putting out and you want to share with us. You know what I'm saying? Set it. Schedule. Do the priority. We have to do this. Like Stephen Covey said, the key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. I have it written down over here also too. That's why I'm over here looking off to the side, but you've seen it on the screen too. But I want to make sure that it gets driven home. That has to get driven home, guys. We have to do it. We have to do it somehow, some way. Do that. Do it. You know what I mean? Somehow, some way. We have to do this. There's no stopping you. There's no stopping you. There's no stopping I. Like I said, I'm at this reentry program. And a sidebar, I just want to talk about something that happened today at that reentry program too. Said a silent prayer for the brother, actually a couple of them for him. But a gentleman there, he reached his breaking point this morning. I don't know if there was any family issues he had going on, or whatever. I'm not sure. I don't know, but I do know that the gentleman reached his breaking point. From what I observed from him, he was pretty level headed, cool guy. Spoke to him about 2, 3 times maybe, and pretty decent conversation. But I'm busy with doing my things as well too. But I'm very sociable as well. I don't just like shun people off or whatever. Hey, what's up? I'll talk to you as well. But like I was saying earlier, when people see what you're on, what you're doing, your drive, you know what I mean. Like they will respect it, and if they know, it's like, hey, nah. But anyways, that guy, he hit his breaking point this morning, and ended up getting sent back. And you know I can't tell you what was going through his mind or what he was going through. I just know that it takes it takes effort to get to this program. You know what I'm saying? And just to throw it all away, you know what I mean? Because maybe you're having a bad day, or things aren't going the way that you thought they were. This, that, and the third. I'm not sure, but I'm using this as an example of you can't give up, you can't quit. You know, you can't quit. I don't know if the man had goals set, if he figured I should be here by this time, or I'm not sure. But stuff happens, things change, like the weather. It's winter now, but it's gonna be spring. It's gonna be spring, then it's gonna be summer. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, so things change. And when these things change, your goals have to remain the same. Plans change, but the goal is still the same thing. You still need to get to that goal. So set a goal for yourself when you're on this platform, and what it is that you're trying to get out, and what it is that you're trying to do, as far as it goes with, how many videos you want to put out. If you want to put out one, every day, if you want to put out 3 a week, or whatever it is. But set a goal, and and start small also too. If you have to start small, if it's just and it's making it even easier to it's 20 minutes. It's 20 minutes a day, or like I've told you guys before, you can sit and do an hour and a half, right? And then you could just chop that up. You can just chop that up and just boop, 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 and just schedule it. But we have to continue, guys. We got to continue on. We got to continue. We have to continue to make our family proud. We have to continue to make ourselves proud. We have to continue to make the Father proud. You guys, you're gonna have to do it. You're gonna have to do it, guys. And YouTube is not making it hard. You know what I'm saying? If this is a goal, if this is something that you're into, if this is one of your goals, if one of your goals is getting on here and being able to share with everybody, dude, get to it. YouTube isn't holding you back. I just seen something from one of my subscribers. It was sent to him on Threads, on that platform Threads. YouTube has an account on Threads, and YouTube is breaking it down on how easy it is to get on to get on YouTube. you know, and how to get monetized and how the algorithm works. It was crazy. I'm like, dang, like that's pretty cool. I'm not familiar with Threads because I don't have Threads, but my subscriber he did share that, and I thought that was pretty cool. So you guys can go and check that out if you have Threads, and you can check that out as well. But I, like I said, I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, no, we have to drive home that, you know, we have to schedule our priorities. You know what I'm saying? We need to prioritize what's on our schedule. But no, we're not. I'm sorry. Let me read this again. The key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities, right? So you have to schedule your priorities. If YouTube is a priority, if you want to make this a priority and this is your goal, you know what I mean? Then that's what you have to do. That's what you have to do, guys. It's not hard. It's really not hard. Listen, I'm 7 months out of prison. Again, 7 months out of prison, you guys, and continuing on, still going, still pumping, still pumping, still pumping, you know, legs still going, fist still going, still, you know, it's a marathon. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. A lot of people get it mixed up also too when they say it's not a it's a marathon. It's not a race. A marathon is a race, guys. It's just a type of race. It's not a sprint. When you sprint, you trying to see who gets there the fastest. A marathon is who can go the longest. You know what I'm saying? So remember, guys, that's what we're here to do. That's what I'm here to do, guys. I'm here to motivate. I'm here to encourage. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to shed some light. I'm here to share my knowledge as well. Take it from me, y'all. I'm 7 months out of the prison. You know what I mean? I appreciate everybody who's tuned in, who's checked out the channel. You guys, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you when I see you. Gone.